We have a very old Sri Lanka association, in existence for about 40, 50 years. And they do a service to our community, singing the Tamil New Year celebrations and Christmas parties and various things. I watched over the years, sometimes they do a great job. They collect a lot of money and help a lot of people, and next year they run out of money and the committee is not so good, and they don't function properly. Then a couple of years later, again it gets revitalized with a stronger leadership, better, but the president, secretary, others, they can last only a year or two. And they cannot survive any longer because the rules of the organization, you elect new people. It depends on the leadership. The leadership is poor, nothing gets done that year. Leadership is good, great things get done. So I thought I got to set up something that will have the same standard of care to the community. So I set up the Sri Lanka Foundation. So now nobody changes. I have my own staff and we have the same standard around the year. We organize events every year. We do better each year than the year before. So that's stability in a community. Actually, it all started by my wanting to recognize some very well-known great scientists and scholars who lived among us here, but they have had their achievements in Sri Lanka and other parts of the world. And they were living here basically anonymously because they're not people who brag about themselves. They're very humble scientists and scholars. So I found that when I go for an important occasion, these people are not given any kind of prominence because people don't know about them.
Right.
There was a man who did a radio, those days we didn't have TV, a radio show for 35 years continuously, and he was living here in retirement, nobody knew about him. And that's a record breaking achievement, 35 years of a radio show. And there was this great man who's worked on the camera that goes to Mars, and he's a scientist at NASA.
Yeah.
He's won so many awards in NASA, within NASA, but nobody in our community knew much about him. So I thought, I have to give these people some kind of prominence and recognition within our community. So I started a thing called Sri Lanka Foundation Awards.
Oh my goodness.
So I managed to canvass enough support and get few hundred people together and gave them some awards for their achievements and made those achievements known to the Sri Lankan public in Los Angeles. That became a really, really important occasion. We had them every year, and we had people now apply for these awards from around the world. Because none of that kind of thing was happening in the Sri Lankan community ever. Not even in Sri Lanka. Initially, during the award ceremonies, only a few people, 8 to 10 people got the awards. So we had all the space in the night to do other things. So we had cultural show. And we had also some booths showing the artwork and handicrafts of different Sri Lankan people. And they used to sell their wares. After a while, the number of people getting awards increased so much that we didn't have time to have a cultural program, nor booths showing handicrafts and artists and all that. So I thought we should have another event for that kind of work. So there came the Sri Lanka Day. So now Sri Lanka Day has overtaken the awards. It's a massive organization, a massive event. 4,000 or 5,000 Sri Lankans get together.
Wow.
Awards only 500. So the city officially is participating with this. And the Sri Lankans really appreciate the city. And city appreciates Sri Lankans because we don't have any crime or any kind of incidents during that time. People are very well behaved and they respect each other, respect the occasion, and we don't have any problems. So when we get exposed to the public like that, we get known, and our traditional dance and drums get publicized to the American public. So it becomes an integration of the cultures.